Alright, hello everyone, my name is Shep, welcome back to the Butcher Circus, and today we are gonna be watching a post-match commentary best of 3 between myself and Nanny245. So this was for the Butcher Circus tournament that is ongoing. This was the quarterfinals, and it was a very intense quarterfinals because whoever gets out of this is gonna have to beat Silac next. So we will look at the brackets later down the line after we go through the actual best of 3, but for now I'm gonna go over the decks and how the whole situation looked and so on. So as you can see in the very first match, it's gonna be WD versus Septic Tank, which obviously is not a very cozy matchup. Unlike the new background, by the way, I decided to, for the rest of the tournament, basically change the background back to the kitty square that I had going for the 12-hour video, and also removing the black, how do I put it, it's like the black board behind the names. I basically just made it a lot more cozy for me, but yeah, this matchup is anything but. So I'm playing against basically the worst possible thing that could happen to WD, which is a Septic Tank by Nanny245, which means a lot of dodge on that Houndmaster. It means a lot of defense on that Flash, because he's bringing Snuff. He doesn't even have Reign of Sorrows. He's bringing Snuff. He just went all in on counter picking me, and now I'm having to try and do something about it. But yeah, as you can imagine, the moment I loaded into this match, I kind of just looked at the sign and went, God freaking damn it, I knew I should have picked something else. I was feeling very confident, very confident that day, and I thought to myself, you know what, Nanny245 has a lot of damage teams, which this will do well into. The only thing it wouldn't do well into is the exact team that he's playing. And he knows that I like to play WD. He definitely knows it. I haven't played it this tournament yet. I hadn't played it. So I didn't think he would straight up expect me to bring it, or I think that he'd maybe expect me to bring it, but maybe he'd expect me to expect him to bring the team that he has. So there are a lot of mind games going on, but sadly I did not come out on top. So yeah, we were in, from the very beginning, quite a very poor situation. However, Nanny245 makes a bit of a mistake here. So because I managed to get the stun onto their flagellant, that meant that there would be no reclaim, there would be no move back to save that man-at-arms, and after I get the crit sniper shot, because I did manage to do an extra bit of damage with my abomination, after I get the crit sniper shot, it was just enough damage. And Nanny245 had the chance to regen, but he decided to be more aggressive by just going for the straight festering vapors, which, fair enough, it is going to shred my team. There is Materia Pestis on that Antiquarian, so with like 4 to 5 of those festering vapors, my entire team is dead if I don't get lucky with some dodges, which WD has pretty much none of, or some blight resistances, which once again WD has pretty much none of. So it's basically, when you're met with this kind of Antiquarian, what you have to do is kill her. Now here's a problem, I need to get to her, and there's a doggy with like 72 to 92 dodge on there, and what's one of WD's major weaknesses? Well, I have no accuracy, right? So I can't focus that doggy. I need to focus the 2 characters in the front first, and then get to those backliners. But the other problem is that Nanny245 counterpicked me so hard, picking these extremely tanky frontliners with the move resistance, with the stun resistance, with the protection, that it's getting quite dire for me to actually break through. I've dealt some decent damage to that flagellant, but he has his heal up now. He has more things coming, and here I'm met in kind of a weird spot, because what I want to do is I want to stun that flagellant and kill him, right? But he has the extra stun resistance at the moment, so I don't want to go for the stun just yet. So I end up using my Arbalest turn for something else, because I thought I'd miss the doggy anyway, and even if I don't miss the doggy, then he just presses redeem on the doggy after I shoot him. So I thought, well, you know what, we're gonna go for the abomination here, and he has to heal, because if he doesn't, he's just gonna get stunned, immediately die. However, he has exotic Snuff, which means minus accuracy, and he's not even at death's door, which means even more minus accuracy. So his best hit chance right now is a 76%, which honestly not ideal. He goes for it, he gets a crit on it, as you do, and this is the only thing that ever annoys me in the Butcher Circus. It's when you get counterpicked and you get unlucky, and we might see some more of that, but no spoilers, obviously. But yeah, I'm gonna go for the Sun here. I failed the 55%, unfortunately. Would have loved to get it. Would have saved up my Crusader turn to maybe get a Zealous in for a bit more damage or something of the likes. But so far, the pressure is mounting, but it's not at the point that I'm dropping this store just yet. But this Flagell needs to die now. If this Flagell takes like another turn and a half to die, it's gonna be too late, because my entire team is dropping Death Store. And here's the thing, when you're dealing with the Surf and Turf of the Houndmaster and the Antiquarian, they're just gonna keep spamming that AoE, and while you might be able to save yourself from the potential death blows through a heal here and a heal there, they are gonna stress you out as well. Both those abilities cause stress, so you will eventually crumble to the pressure, which is, of course, what I knew from round 1 I would have to try and avoid, but it's kinda difficult when your opponent goes first, immediately guards an Antiquarian, and you know, I need to break through the front line. Basically, I played myself by by picking this into a Septic tank. I got hard counterpicked. However, there is always hope, right? There is always hope in the Butcher Circus. A match is never lost until it's lost, which is why we game on. So my Abomination is not yet dropping the Circus. I decide to heal him here. Once more, my Arbalest wouldn't have been too helpful. I go for the Rage. I had some decent damage on there. I had gotten the crit the previous round, or the round before that. I can't remember too well. But the Rage damage comes through. Now the Bounty Hunter can go for the finish of 95. We get it with a crit. So that's crit stunning blow into crit rage into crit finish him. So we do manage to take that Flagell out. It's a 4v2 by round 3, by the way. 4v2 by the end of round 3. Now it's round 4, but you know. But yeah, now I have to deal with this 4v2, and how the hell do I break through this? So my first thought is, well, my Abomination is going to go afflicted soon, so that's not good. But I can click his turn first, I can go for Manacles. Basically, if I land this Manacles, everything's just amazing for me, because I don't. But yeah, it was a 38. I don't have accuracy, but if I land that Manacles, I can essentially... also, you're gonna hear some Discord sounds every now and then. That's because I was streaming this to the voice chat at the time, so you will hear those as people tune in and out. But yeah, I go for the 38, and if I got that, the Antiquarian would have to guard herself with a Protect Me or something like that, which would have been kind of bad, but it would have given me time to basically just rest, recover, see what else I can do, stop the flow of the Festering Vapors like even a second, or she'd have to use Stay Cover and stop the flow as well. Because if she didn't, then I'd go come hither, stun, and not shot, because she'd be in position 1, but, you know, it would be very good for me, regardless. So yeah, now I'm basically just playing this game of trying to keep everyone out of the store. And when you're in a situation like this, you have two choices. Either you just say screw it, and you keep your characters at the store and just try to kill them before the pressure mounts up exponentially, or you try to save yourself and try out putting pressure at the same time. And that's kind of what I went for here, because that Antiquarian has Festering Vapors, and she has Materia Pestis, and she has a finisher as well. And the previous two are quite bad already for a team like this, but with a finisher, if any of my characters are at the store, it's a coin flip that it dies. So it's really, really not ideal. That doggy gets a crit on the Harry. At this point, I was thinking to myself, you know what? The DOT looks bad, but at least I'm not afflicted just yet. And then he immediately gets a crit Harry for the extra chest. However, I get a very nice, very juicy crit Arbalest heal right back, so that's good. Buys myself a little bit of time. But the Antiquarian is still free to do her thing. She's gonna go Festering Vapors. The pressure is mounting. My Crusader is almost at a resolve check. My Bounty Hunter is once again at risk of dropping to this store, and I will let him drop to this store, and then I'll heal him with the Crusader just to try and keep everyone alive. I get 2 aggressive turns here. I get a mark for death, which misses, unfortunately. I think it was a 72 or a 62 or whatever it hit, or a 66. It's unfortunately misses. Could have gotten a decent crit sniper shot into that, but you know, it has 110 base accuracy, but it's fine, it's fine. And we get a crit absolution on this. So it's still the one saving grace that I have here is that I have a Crusader with a Sacred Blade, so I might get a Virtue, and that corpse is eventually going to go away, and I will be able to transform Slam that Antiquarian. So I always have that going for me. I can apply the guard break debuff. I just need that corpse to go away. He died round 2, so it's going to be a little bit. And do I go virtuous? I do not. I once again looked to the side and looked all moody here, because I was really praying for that virtue. If I had gotten a virtue right there, say like a focused or something. Yeah, it would have been huge. Not only do I not get a focus, I get one of the worst afflictions you can possibly get. I get selfish. It gives dodge here on the Crusader, which is pointless. It's giving him -5 accuracy, which is really bad in this situation. Random act out chance, pass chance, move back chance. It's just... Oh, it's a disaster. It's a disaster is what it is. Thankfully, I managed to land the manacle stun on that doggy because he hasn't really been guarding, like spam guarding. He's been dropping a Harry and then a guard and stuff of the like, so I've been kind of able to get that going. But, you know, at the same time, the afflictions are coming in now. So yeah, no death blows just yet, but my Arbalist goes fearful, which is once again terrible. My bounty hunter went masochistic, which is really not ideal on a bounty hunter with the finisher. So he has a very good chance of just oofing himself on the spot. He can also move forward and prevent my Crusader from using a stunning blow as well. So, yeah, fearful, selfish. I don't know what my abomination even went, but I can bet you it's not good. I think he went hopeless, but I can't remember too well. I managed to land the come hither there. I'm not entirely sure why I did. No, I do know why I did that. I went for the come hither because I wanted to go for the stun on the Antiquarian. I could have gone for Mark for Death and the immediate shot, so here I have a 60%. My Arbalist passed, by the way, so very first turn pass. I could have clicked the Arbalist, healed myself, and then clicked the Crusader and gone for a heal. That's what my plan was. However, because she passed, she was already going to be at this door, so I decided to take a bit of a gamble, go for a 60% stun chance, get some decent damage out of it, but as you know, I went selfish, so she dodges the 60%, gets to go for the Festering Vapors. My Arbalist lives, which is kind of what I wanted. The Crusader dying is, of course, you know, not good. That's one of my heals gone, but the abomination is still here, and now the plan is clear. We are going to transform. He moves back, that's fine. We are going to transform. We're going to slam that Antiquarian. We're going to shoot that Antiquarian because we hate her, and then we're going to press finish him on her. And here's the thing, I'm just thinking to myself, please, afflictions, please. I know I'm at this store. I know it does not look good, but my stress is not that high. My stress is at the most like 130, so I'm not in the risk of heart attack just yet. Maybe the abomination is, because he's gonna stress himself out and so on, but the other two characters, really the only risk here is the death blow chance, and the doggy does not have it, so that's quite good for me. And both of them have suffered a store check. No act outs, or rather only stress on the act out, so I get to go for a finish him there, and I managed to kill the Antiquarian, so it is now a 3v1. This has turned from one of the most hideous, disgusting matchups one could have to a 3v1, and I still have a healer in the back. I still have my abomination with his heals. Now, unfortunately for myself, the bounty hunter dies at the death blow, and my abomination takes extra stress, which is a 33% chance. So he got a 40 into a 33. Now, what I can do here is click my Arbalist, heal the abomination, make sure he doesn't drop to this door so he doesn't die. However, my Arbalist passed on the 12% chance, making it so my abomination dies because he drops to this door. Just barely drops to this door. And that means I cannot use him to detransform stun that doggy because he's bleeding out, he's lost a lot of his dodge. I still have manacles, I would have won. However, I click the Arbalist, she passes again for the third time this freaking match. Counterpicked and unlucky, counterpicked and unlucky. He goes for the blackjack, gets the kill. And on to a match number 2 we go. Yeah, not defeated just yet. We get a match number 2. I bring out the hit squad. I immediately lock it in. But there's a bit of a problem with this hit squad. I did not bring Snuff. I should have brought Snuff. I should have brought the Flagellant in position 2. But because I didn't, we are going to witness some events that were not to my liking. However, everything's fine. So we're playing against 9245 once more, obviously, and he has the oppressive Arbalist here, which is a team that is more built to deal with stress than with damage teams. So this is naturally a pretty decent matchup for me, because I have the reclaims from the Flagellant, and I have the eventual big heals from the redeems, and all that. And of course, I still have the Mark Synergy, so I get to go first here, which is quite nice, but there's a bit of a problem. The other problem is called Shieldbreaker. Even if I go for a pull on the Arbalist here, the problem is called Shieldbreaker and the problem is called Flagellant. If I go for a pull on the Arbalist here, the Shieldbreaker just goes Pierce or Puncture, and I don't have reach to the Arbalist anymore. I have the Sniper Shot, but they're going to pull me or they're going to pierce my bounty hunter. It's not going to feel good because Yarble's just going to slide back from the other characters. She can eventually heal herself. And because you have a flagellant in position 1 or 2, you don't really have reach to the back with the hit squad, so you can't really just play that game of like kill this guy when your opponent has stuff to reposition. Your 2 frontline bozos cannot reach the positions 3 and 4. So you always have that tiny bit of a problem. So what I ended up thinking of is, you know what, I'm gonna go for the Soundknight Crusader. I need to make sure I don't get stunned myself, and I'm gonna play the long game here. That was my plan. We play the long game. We have the reclaims, we have the flagellant heals, we have a shield breaker on the enemy side, so I'm gonna start bringing her closer to 0, and I'm gonna go for the crit sniper shot for like 29 without the mark. Because the pulls here aren't gonna do too much for me anyway. I thought about going for the mark for death as well after the stun came down, but I ended up deciding against it. So yeah, now we're probably gonna use a flagellant turn here, and what we need to do is choose who we want to reclaim. Do you want to reclaim the bounty hunter, or do you want to reclaim the Arbals? Usually you reclaim the bounty hunter, and considering that my opponent went Vendetta on him, I thought, well, because he went Vendetta, he's gonna go Pierce, he's gonna go Sniper Shot, but because I go for the reclaim on the bounty hunter, of course, he's not dumb. Need to provide is not dumb, so he's gonna change targets, he's gonna go for someone else, he's gonna go for the Arbals, which favors me slightly more, because she has that base prod, she's in the back, she has a bit more, well, no, she has actually the exact same HP as Bounty Hunter, but she can heal herself, and she can move back with her move back 2 or that sort of stuff. So yeah, hopefully she doesn't get pulled. Unfortunately, she does, because I don't have the exotic snuff, and the Shieldbreaker went for the net, so it was a 70% chance of getting to pull on me. So yeah, I have a choice. Either I move back twice, or I go for a Bola. And considering I was already playing the long game, I decide to go for a Bola, because this would do a lot of damage to their characters as well, because I'm going last, and I have both the Tiller and the Piercing Coil, so I'd actually do some very decent damage to the Crusader, which indeed I did. He goes to position 3. Now they're going to Sniper Shot me here. I was dreading the crit, but I was quite lucky. There was no crit at this point in time. So yeah, now you press the Flagellant again, and you press another Reclaim. That is the plan, that is the hope, that is a dream, and you know, I have the Arbalist turn. She can click, she can go for a shot. After she drops to that store from like another Sniper Shot or another Holy Lance. I still have the Crusader heal, I have the Crusader stun. But it's only my Bounty Hunter that kind of looks dumb here. He's all the way in the back, just not really doing too much. He can disrupt the enemy Arbalist, but I mean, they just go duelist advance Holy Lance. So it doesn't really do too much for him. So he's probably just gonna move forward as quickly as possible to make sure that the Arbalist is not in reach of that Higher Man, because that is something that the Oppressive Arbalist kind of lacks in this situation. Unfortunately, the Holy Lance is just enough to drop into this so immediately. I would have loved to have a bit of a reprieve there, but unfortunately I don't. I immediately go for the Sniper Shot on the Crusader because I wanted to cause pressure. I could have gone for a Bullet again to reposition my Arbalist a bit better and get access to the immediate finish him. Honestly, in hindsight, I probably should have done that. I was hoping for the crit Sniper Shot or like a very high roll to just bring that Crusader down and get some pressure going immediately, and also get some pressure out of my Arbalist. And yeah, here I end up being at this store with the Arbalist once more after the regen. They went for the Pierce because they didn't want to take the chance on the Puncture not doing enough damage. And here's what I was thinking. I could heal, but after I heal, they're just going to shoot me anyway, and then they can kill me. But if I move forward with the Bounty Hunter, then what I can do here is, because I have no reach with that Bounty Hunter, and the only way they really have reach in this situation is by the Sniper Shot and the Holy Lance, but they don't have finishers on those abilities. If I manage to stun this Shield Breaker and then use my regen to get out of their store, they can't pull me. However, I missed the 65% hit chance, even though she doesn't have both dodge trinkets. I missed the 65% hit chance. Here comes the Sniper Shot, 25 for Gucci, relax, Shepherd Dog, you relax. We can click ourselves out of this storm, and yeah, I do end up clicking myself out of this store. We can go for the Sniper Shot on the Crusader here. This is going to make it so my opponent has to heal before going for their Shield Breaker turn. But after they heal, I can once more stun the Shield Breaker and prevent her from pulling me in the first place. And if they use their Arbalist turn to flare, then they're not going to use it to heal, so it's going to be fine for me regardless, and my Flagellant will get access to his healing very, very soon. because this is basically what I'm doing. I'm trying to buy time. I also crit 20 battlefield bandits. Jesus Christ, that feels bad. That's a lot of my pressure gone. But you know, we can once more go for the stunning blow. 65% going twice. We do not get it. We do not get it, unfortunately. And well, there's always a chance that they don't do enough damage with the puncture, which they do, and the chance that they don't get the pull, which they do as well. So yeah, at this point I'm feeling quite bad here, because all I needed was to just prevent that pull from happening, you know, especially because they went for their Arbalest turn, so they wouldn't even be able to flare it. I just need to prevent that pull from happening. I went for two 65% stun chances. I got neither of them. There is no justice in this world. We knew this already. We knew this already. However, I was quite foolish to believe otherwise for even a second. But yeah, the best thing I can do at this point is just pray that my Arbalest doesn't die, because they don't have confirmed death model chances. However, yeah, that happens. Well, I have my redeem available next turn. Awesome. I don't have next turn already. I do 8 damage with my punish there, but because that Arbalest healed for so freaking much, I don't even have counter pressure going. And my Crusader is in position 4. How is this moron in position 4? Here's the problem. I did not put him in position 1. This match was my mistake. Here's the thing. You can blame counter picks, you can blame RNG, but deep down, it's always going to be your mistake. Even though I believe I played this about as well as I could, taking a few risks, but about as well as I could, and I'm not disappointed in myself when it comes to that regard. I should not have brought this variation with the hit squad. I should not have brought WD round 1, match 1, because I knew the risks, and I knew what the consequences would be. Me being in the loser's bracket, which, not yet. There's still a chance that something happens here, because that Arbalest can go for a heal. I can go for a finish him, the finisher might do enough damage, and then we go for his next turn after we regen, so we might be able to kill the Crusader, get some kind of counter pressure going. However, she heals for 12, which is a max roll, and it doesn't feel good, and I roll for 8. I don't have a stun just yet, so now the win chances are slimming quite rapidly. But yeah, regardless of what you do, there's always something you could have done better. Which, be it picking another team, picking another strategy, picking another trinket, that sort of stuff. It is on yourself. You can blame the RNG as much as you want in the Butcher's Circus, but we've been at it for 4 years. You should blame yourself, right? I mean, not always, but in this situation, I feel like I could have done better, but sadly, I did not. And yeah, I'm still taking risks here. I'm praying that the Crusader goes for a stun on my Flagellant, being quite greedy, and I managed to resist it, so I can go for a punish, or an exsanguinate in this case, because I am dropping this door. That brings the Crusader down to 0, so I'm not surrendering just yet. It brings the Crusader down to 0. Do not surrender until you know that the match is lost. So yeah, I go for it, I bring him down to 0. I know that the Arbalest is going to heal next, but I'm praying for a crit stunning blow to get rid of his turn. Followed by maybe a punish, bring him down, and then the Arbalest is going to heal again, but it's getting really dire here for me to get a kill. I'm thinking, okay, I might have to resist like 3 wicked slices at this point to still get the win. But I know it's still possible. It's very difficult, naturally, but harder comebacks have been seen. However, spoiler alerts, it's not going to be this one. It is a bit of a disaster situation for the Shepherd Doggy. The Arbalest heal comes in again, it's 10. I really need a crit stunning blow. I really need a crit stunning blow. It's not going to come through, it does 7 damage. So yeah, Crusader loses his turn, but unfortunately, here's the thing, all I needed was to get that Flagellant's healing, like the big heal with the redeem before I lost the match, but unfortunately fate would not have it that way, and I surrender at that point. So yeah, such is the way of the Butcher's Circus. So a very good set of matches against 9245. Unfortunately, they did not go my way, but you know, you win some and you lose some. That is how it is. That is how it be. My confidence is not gone. I know I can make my way back through the loser's bracket, so let's have a look at that real quick. Alright, so looking back at the bracket, we now know who the people in the semifinals are. These will happen the 21st of July, so a long way till then. And yeah, Silak beat David. I unfortunately lost to Nani, and this is what the situation looks like at the moment. I will most likely have to face either Sergi, Skellig, or Erevan. So we're gonna have to face Sergi, which I'm not looking forward to. Then we're gonna have to face probably either David or Tung, which I have beaten before, by the way. Tung is on quite a warpath here. I beat him at the very beginning. Where is it? Yeah, I beat him at the very beginning, and since the week that has been since the previous video, he's done a lot. He's gotten 3 wins. He's gonna have to wait a bit for his next match, and he's gonna have to beat David. He's gonna have to beat me if he wants to make his way through. He's gonna have to beat the loser of 81, which will be quite a way until then. That will be on the actual tournament day. So it's either going to be one of these two, and Darkness has been on quite the warpath himself. So yeah, that is quite exciting to see some new faces around here, because these are people that we haven't seen in the previous tournaments. So that's pretty cool. So yeah, after that, we're gonna have to beat the person that comes out of here. Maybe. Oh no, Bison has been defeated. Right, so Name Unavailable is moving forward as well. He is on quite the warpath too. He was taken down by Salak in a very, very exciting best of 3. Hopefully we get to see some of him on the actual tournament day as well. So yeah, if I want to make my way back, it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Well, 4 best of 3s and 3 best of 5s. It's not gonna be easy, but we are in it to win it. Hope is not yet lost. We can still do it, and even if we don't win, we can still have a fun time. We can still prove ourselves in the eyes of the Butcher Circus and the Ring Mommy. But anyway, hope you all enjoyed today's video, and I'll see you again another time. Cheers!